I can tell a couple lines and you know I'm getting that. I know I lost it all, but I still got the faith and the faith to get you through what you're gonna buy when you got it all the cash and you got a lot of it. When you say compared to me, I people got shit, you can't say that I'm rich. I'd rather be rich than say the love's real when the game's been on. You know, the zone's fake again, the game's been high. You can say that you switch out if you got one or if you go and make it. If you say you don't make it, then it ain't meant to be. We're gonna leave it at that. You know, get what you want and practice on the block. No, I'm in the game and you know I got the ride. Oh, but they's got more money, but I got a bucking Bella Melody and the game's been high. That's in my hand. If a pimp took my everything I had, if the chick took everything you had, it was multiple ones, and they all played a hand, and the game's been high, the best that I can, and you already know. At the end of the game, it said that what? Just you cracked the joke until it matters in your own hand, and you got a couple drinks just for free, and that broke the tie. If you still love zero, you pimp all around, you smoke for free with your homie, and saying that you're friends, but you ain't got much, just like your wife, what she told you back then. You said that you loved her, but she had what she had, and the game's been high. She moved on to the next. Man's been high, because he said he's got the key, and he said he's still king. And typically they're going to play, and they slip one on. This is have to play. If the baby comes out, then you know you got to teach it that the game's been on. That's when they want teach the kids to get milk. That's before they're one and the game's been high. It's a whole nother world that they ain't come out. Oh, right line. You say you're getting old, but you got a lot of lines. And if I lost everything I had, I still had some rhymes, and that's what you got. And now you gotta sell them. We're gonna see if you make it, but what if you don't? At least you got a melody. The pressure's still low, and felony. I ain't got a felony. It's just a misdemeanor. And got an ankle bracelet, and they check it where you go. And they stay at home. He's close to the kingdom, and the game's been high. And they got a couple weeks, and God's got your back. Don't worry about a chick or what they took, or you said he took it all and leave you for nothing. You said you a pimp, gave you songs for free, but she couldn't sell them, so you already know it's not good for you to be the artist. The pressure's still low. They give them 3 million for 3 albums. That's $1 million apiece, and the game's been high. Give $1 million to my grandma, give $1 million to my mother, keep $1 million for myself, and then I'm looking for my second. If the game's been on, they said I've been blessed, and the game's been high. They said on the back, if you're rich in thought, let the thought be rich. If you're poor for real, then you'll also be poor. When the game's been high, they men making that. When the battle's not that real, that you didn't make it yet, and you ain't had no money, took measures in your own hands to be the judge of that. And you took a couple drinks, and you after smoking, and you didn't want your mouth to be dry, and the game's been high. They call it cotton mouth when the brush is still long. That's what they call it, so they call it what they call it, and they see it how they say it. They say it's you a pimp, and you're looking for a chick. I ain't looking for that one, because I haven't found it yet. P said make sure she work, and she having some little food, because you do if you work, then you know you gotta eat. And then you got the key on the whole right side. They still on that stuff, so that's what happened, and they took it on the side. Whole other side. The woman took all your money, and it wasn't just one; it was multiple ones. But and you was just being yourself, no matter how many it was, and it just it's the end of the story. So the world should be happy because the pimpin' got nothing. So the world should be happy. See, they got that's what they wanted. So they got what they want, and they spent it on whatever they spend it on, and the game's been hot when the pressure's really on. When they say you got a shot, but you can't tell where you're on. When you lost all your money, but your light's still on. Say that you shot, you're gonna wait a couple weeks, you're gonna be alright. When you move in, when you really get the key, because you're working on your cash, that's a valuable move on a whole another side. When the pressure's still on, already know that they're gonna give me a couple weeks. Say I'm part of the team. When the kid move in, they say you only can eat and drink, and it's based on that. Then you gotta go home back to the kingdom, and I have one for myself, and you already know. Looking for a chick, but she might not make it in, and the pressure's still on. As far as I'm gonna take it, but I took it far. As far as take it, that's just still on. And you got your last round. If they took my last buck, then that's all that I got. And If it had $1 and he took it away, then it's back to being a zero. But I believe in ourselves that you're gonna make $1, and you don't know if you will. When the pressure's still on, game spelled on, but you made a couple bucks, so there's nothing but a classic. The pressure's on. What about that? If you're a pimp and the chicks took your money, then you drink for free. Sound like a settlement. The game's been on. If sound like the one. If you ain't got no water, sound like the one, but you still got a drink. Sounds like the one when the pressure's on that one, so it sounds like another when you really deserve a deal. It's only matter of time to understand the game. Don't mean you get one, you can just be a zero, but you have another rhyme that it still count. Only to the judge and the pressure's still on. You already know when the game's on, they're gonna say what you got. Merchandise, but you got a lot of bucks, so you got what you got because they took it all away. So the world should be happy at least for a day until you make it again and the game's been high. The pressure's right away if you're getting carried away, so that's what you're doing and the pressure's still low. Already know that's an old school horse when he used to ride his back. With a carriage shot or the family in the back. An old school one, they'll fold it up with gas and the pressure's still low. You need a license for that. The game's been on. You only need some grass and probably just some hay and some cold water. You can make it real far if it's just a race. And if it's not just a race, you got you just a trade and the game's been high. Jumping right on, and I smoked a little bit, but I said that I wouldn't. The game's been high. That's where the round stops, but I got a couple more, so it's back on the block. I got a couple more because they're not running out of money, but I still got some rounds. You can still see. Ain't really fair. When you're ahead of your time, then you already know. You ain't mean you got paid, and the pressure's still long. We gonna really see. She didn't suck my dick, and I didn't get pussy. All she was a jerk, and that's what I got. So that's safe sex, and the pressure's still long. Man, still long, and that's all. You got minute that song, and they made another song. Yeah, safe to say that your round's running out. I don't really think it is because it took 7 minutes, so I landed on the 7.